Hey everyone, so I'm here with something quick that I kind of wanted to discuss. I've gotten a couple of questions about how, when I make my journals, how I get the papers to match. So like when you fold over something, how you get this side of the paper to match this side of the paper. And I am like in the process of making a little mini album. It's a little Disney mini album. So I have my signatures here. I haven't sold it up yet because I wanted to show you how I mix the papers together to get, my signatures. So here's one of them. I have a mixture of old book paper, scrapbook paper, and vellum that I printed off. And I mean, the book's paper is okay, but like, I don't think I have well, I have these two that kind of sit next to each other. But like this, like how you get this side and this side to match, when you make the book. So I just want to say that everything is premeditated. What I do is I make a kit. So let's move these aside so I can show you. I make a kit. These are the scrap pieces of papers of the papers that I used, right? So I'm going to show you all of these. I legit just go into my stash and pull out papers that match each other. So these are the papers that I pulled out. So these are the papers that I use for the full pages. But yeah, I just go into my stash and pull out papers that I feel match each other. And I usually pull out more papers than this, but then I kind of eliminate some. Like I go and eliminate. So a lot of this is like white, obviously. There are a lot of whites. The backs of these are mints and pinks. So the white match, the black and white matches with everything, and then the mints and pinks are like the colors. Now the papers that I wanted to use initially were the Cute Girl by Crate Paper. So I basically took this paper and found papers that match this. The back side is like this pink, this peachy pink. So these papers matched really well. This is from the Cute Girl. I wanted the cats, but this was a bit harsh. So in the book, I think it's in this one. In the book, no, it's not in this one. Oh, it's the cat one. It's right here. What I did was I distressed it with some white gesso, so that it wasn't too bold. But it still matches certain. I mean, it definitely matches this because it's from the same line. And then if we flip these guys over, it'll match all the black and whites. There's that green in there, and in this one we have that green. But like the backs all match the fronts, and the fronts all match the backs. And that's what you want when you pick out your papers, is that you want the fronts of the pages to match the backs of the pages, and you want all the pages to match each other. So you just have to like just sit there for a while. I mean, it takes me a while to like finalize all the papers, but you see I can just put them in any assortment and all the papers match each other. And so that is the first thing that I do, is that I find papers that match each other. These are some extras, but this is from the Take Me Away line, and the colors do match as well. I use that paper and that, for the papers, but that's what you want to do, is find papers, like if you're using pattern papers, to find papers that match. Now, old book paper or like tea stain paper, it's neutral, so it'll match. It'll match with any of the colored papers that you find. So what's important is finding pattern papers that match each other if you want that cohesiveness in your journals. If you don't really care about the cohesiveness and you just want to just make a junk journal just with any random papers, then go ahead. But if you want that cohesiveness, which I believe is what some people were asking me about, you want to find papers that match each other front and back, and that they all match each other, so that no matter what configuration you put them in, all the papers match. And you won't have that problem of having one side not match the other. Now, if you do have the one side that doesn't match the other, like take for instance this, the pattern paper with the book paper, what I would do is find, like this is vellum, but it's that same pattern, and kind of repeat it on the other side. So take this pattern, like a scrap piece of this pattern, and repeat it on the other side of the page, or just repeat the colors. So for instance, if I don't have any of this pattern left, I can get a pink piece that matches this pink and put it over here. And that's what building a kit is about. So let me just move this here and show you this tray. So this tray is my little, it's my little Disney, this is supposed to be, it's going to be a Disney mini album. So I just made a kit with Disney ephemera and just pieces that match. So the colors that I'm using are, you know, that colors of that Cute Girl paper. So mints, mint blues and greens, or mint green, light pinks, that light yellow, you know, that pastel yellow, the lilac color, you know, like these fun colors like white. So a lot of pastels and those sorts of colors. So I pulled out everything. I pulled out a whole bunch, and I'm using gold too. So I pulled out a bunch of things that will match that color scheme. So when I start putting everything together, I don't have to worry about things not matching, you know? So that's the, you know, it takes a lot of time to create a kit like this. It is time consuming because you're sitting there. Everything is from my stash, so it's a bunch of different products from different places. It's a couple of crepe paper lines, a lot of Maggie Holmes lines. I have some Felicity Jane lines in here. I have enamels from like Michaels and stickers and Flair and chipboard pieces, mostly from the Cute Girl and a bunch of different Maggie Holmes collections. And I have Take Me Away papers from Pink Paisley's, you know, Paige Evans's line, and just different things like that. But so it's a bunch of different scrapbooking lines, and then of course ephemera that I printed out and stuff like that, and Project Life cards. I have a Heidi Swap in here. It's a bunch of different lines from my stash, but it does take a while to look through all your stash and like pull out things. But I have everything here. This is my entire kit, and these are my papers, and so I'm not going to be reaching for anything else when I go ahead and start journaling and everything in my book. I have all my papers, they all match. I can use these now to map photos or to make tags or little other bits of ephemera pieces. And then I have my ephemera tray that has all the other goodies in it. And I don't have to, like, I guess, waste the time while I sit and journal to find things that will match the pages. Everything is here. I have everything set up. So this would sit on my desk with, like when I get started to document trips, this would sit on my desk with the papers nearby, and I can go to town. I can just journal, add my photos and everything, and have everything here and not have to get up to look for something. So I just kind of wanted to share that before I like bind up those pages, just how I go about you know, creating different journals, you know, and how I get the papers all set. So if we flip through this, you can see like it's going to be bound like this to my book. So I have this vellum, and then I have old book paper, and everything's mixed in here. I have some pocket pages. And so everything kind of matches. Well, everything does match, actually. Right, it's the same side. And then this will sit next to this, and it matches. I made sure that it all matches. So everything has to match. I mean, for me, I like the cohesiveness of everything matching. See, that matches, and that matches. So that's how I get my pages to match each other. And then of course I can add like tip-ins with this extra paper and everything, but I won't be afraid of things not matching because I kind of put that time and effort to create, to compile pieces and to create a little mini kit to make sure that everything will match cohesively. And granted, it takes a while. I mean, I don't know how big your stash is. Mine is huge, so it took me quite a bit. It took me a few hours in a day to just pull everything out, and then I waited till the next day to kind of eliminate things. So that's what I do. I put more stuff in than I'm actually going to use, and then I go ahead and eliminate. and then I get down to my color scheme and everything, and then I have a theme too. So since this is going to be a Disney, like a Disney park, like me going to Disneyland and Disney World and stuff like that, I kind of wanted like little whimsical things. So I used a lot of little U from crepe paper, and I used Cute Girl because it has like unicorns and mermaids and stuff like that. So I kind of used like very cutesy things because, you know, it's Disney. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that really quickly. I doubt that this video is really quick, but I wanted to show you that. So just to make it clear, like, especially if you're wanting that cohesiveness in your journals, that is how I do it. That is my secret. I make a kit. I make a kit full of papers and embellishments and everything so that when I go and sit down and journal, everything is there in front of me. All I need is like adhesive and a pen, and I can just go to town. I don't have to worry that nothing will match. Something will always match. So that is this video. I hope for those of you who had asked questions about this issue particularly, I hope this answers your questions and you get a bit more insight on how to create a cohesive journal and like pick your papers and what to look for. Definitely look for color, things that match each other, and make sure that all your papers can match each other. A lot of white with spots of color pattern papers are awesome. The black and white pattern papers are beautiful, especially if the backs have coordinating colors to the kits that you want, the papers you want to use in your kit. But yeah, colors. Color is most important, and then think of theme. So think of icons. Like I have a lot of stars because it's Disney, you know, wish upon a star, you know, all that stuff. So I have a lot of stars, and I have a lot of cute icons and stuff like that. I have a lot of washed out looking colors. Just think of color and theme, and like if you want a floral theme, there you go. Find floral papers that match each other, and there's your floral theme. But yeah, color and theme are most important when making a kit. And then you can just go into your stash, or if you're going to go shopping specifically for making this kit, you know what to look for. And it's you have a distinct you know, goal in mind in terms of making your kit. So I really hope that this helps a lot when thinking about making journals or making cohesive looking journals. Like you can make a junk journal that everything matches, that's a thing. Or you can make a junk journal. I think most junk journals don't really match. It's like a mixed mash of things, but you know, if you want to make a junk journal that matches, this is a great way to do it. If you're making mini albums or mini books or like little traveler's notebooks to scrapbook in and you want that cohesiveness, this is the way to go. Make a kit or get a kit, like subscribe to a kit. Hip kits are great. I think Kimberly does an excellent job in gathering papers from different lines, from different companies, and putting it together to match. And then you have your embellishments, you have everything there, so you can make a journal from that kit and then use the kit to journal and create and everything, because everything matches. Hip kit is a great one that I've gotten. I love Felicity Jane. If you like that clean look, like this paper here, that's Felicity Jane. This is Felicity Jane. If you like that clean look, like a lot of white clean look, Felicity Jane is the way to go. It's a beautiful, beautiful kit. The papers, they're all exclusive because everything is made by Felicity Jane, by Gina, I believe is how you pronounce her name. She designs everything, so everything will match perfectly with the Felicity Jane kits. So that's, you know, a kit club is an option, or you can just go through your stash and, like I said, look for color, look for hue, like these are very pastel-y, look for theme. And those are the, you know, well, color and theme are the two main things that you want to use, and think about when you're looking through your stash and finding things that match. So I hope that helps you so much. And yeah, so thank you for watching, like always, and I really hope that you all have a really good day, and you know, go ahead and create your books and your kits. So I will see you guys next video. Bye.